Is it so hard to believe you could be wrong about your religion? Most religion strongly believe that the other religion is false, and for that reason they discriminate against each other. While some, like Jehovah's Witnesses, believe they have the truth and try to guide lost sheep home. Fun fact about most Jehovah's Witnesses that I know, they used to be a part of something else till they found the truth. If I don't know anything, I know the truth can be found anywhere. All of it, maybe not. The witnesses, like many others, think they got it all in its entirety, if that even makes sense. To that I say, O wise one, can inferior knowledge surpass superior knowledge if put to the test? The need to safeguard your heart the need to safeguard your heart to the possibility of being wrong in the name of protecting what you already know is dangerous to me. If one is so firm in one's faith, do as the Bible says, listen with discernment, not turn a blind eye to new information, for lack of knowledge is all you shall perish. That is in the same Bible that you used to save lives while neglecting your own. I see much weakness in you and your faith if even non-argumentative disagreement can challenge your belief system. There was nothing to me like Jehovah till I found that there is more to my Creator. If being a witness is being a part of a cult, it was the only cult I approve of, for that unconditional love is unmatched. But I now pity them for their limitation. I know truly how strong their love and faith is, but to know God is more than what the Bible teaches and not care to learn what's missing can't be true love. This is where I'm glad God knows our hearts, my heart. For wherever you choose to serve, if you're genuine about it, you'll be alright, but still limited to what your Creator is really about. To know a Jehovah's Witness is to understand the kind of love I'm talking about, especially when they're serious about their faith. And I've never met another Jehovah's Witness like my sister. Of course, there are others in there, but she's my sister. So when my faith got shaky, she was somewhat of a rock to me. I love how faithful she is to God. Where does she know of God? Where does she believe it's the truth? The reason why I'm mentioning my sister is because during my hardest time ever, she was not there for me as a faithful witness. But the thing about witness, it's as if they really support their own. They ride for their own. I'm not a witness, was never a witness, but they don't really care if you're blood or not if you don't seem to be Team Jehovah's Witness. They tolerate as much as they can tolerate, but you can't cross certain line, which is why I guess some people believe it's a cult. And after all that I've been through, and I got no support from my sister. Not that I was looking for it, but I was paying attention to everybody in my surrounding, and it really made me think. Everybody have hard time, and when she had her hard times, I was there for her. And I'm not really trying to hold this over her head because I see it as a spiritual warfare. It's way more than I'm letting on right now. But what it highlight for me is that if Jehovah tell you to be so loving and caring and to save lives, and I was in dire need of help, and you were never, ever, ever, ever there. It's now what, May maybe 9 or 10 or something like that. And I saw my sister once, for less than 1 hour, because I ran into her in a store this year. And we spoke for a little bit. Not like, well, no, I wouldn't really call it talking. She was returning something in the store that I happened to be in, and she asked me if I wanted the item. And I was like, no. She was like, well, she don't know what she's gonna do with it because she have to return it anyway, exchange it anyways, blah blah blah. And that's all we spoke for that brief moment. And I took it from her. It seemed as if there was no hard feeling, even though we haven't been talking before that for longer than January, February, March, April, May. So it's just weird to me as a dedicated witness, knowing that your sister is in dire need of support and you never even offer a plate of food, not a hug, not a phone call to say how you doing. And you're out there in snow, rain and storm doing God's work. I'm not trying to make her look like a bad person because she's not. I'm just saying the situation just highlight something for me about Jehovah's Witnesses. Because if there was a poster person for Jehovah's Witness, it would be my sister. That's how dedicated she is. So it makes no sense to see somebody dying and step over them like you don't care. You don't say it, but your action does. That really set off a light bulb for me when it comes to that particular religion, because I know how faithful she is, and I know how willing they all are to cut you off if they feel like you're not in harmony with what Jehovah say you're supposed to be in. Anyways, I don't want to keep going on as if I'm mad at her, because I'm not. She's still a sweetheart, thinking that she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, whatever that is. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not the only religion, it's not the worst religion. But that was that. The next thing I want to touch on about that sister before I move on is that right before I moved to wherever I'm at right now, I was living with my father. Him and all 3 kids, me and 2 more sisters were there. One by one, everybody left. Me and Daddy were there for years. And around the time everything started falling apart, everybody just started to show some different side, including my father, who I never argue with. Started to argue about just about everything. Spiritual warfare, like I said. Probably need to keep that in mind. So I'm not mad at anything. I'm just observing, like, these people don't even have control over themselves. They're not seeing that something is just not right. But nevertheless, eventually some eviction came up, and before the eviction came up, my sister, she was living in a 1-room somewhere that she rented, and she decided to get somewhere bigger where she could have her father come and live with her, leaving me by myself while not working. I did cover, I'll cover that a little bit too, somewhere where I lost my job, no income whatsoever, and the only person paying the bills in the house. She went somewhere bigger and took that help from me, so to speak. And there was just too much going on. It's very hard to put in words everything, but I tried to highlight the fact that spiritual warfare is real, and the most important thing to me is that no matter what the situation is, I have the ability to be happy. Did I say that right? I have the ability to be happy in any circumstances. So I feel like sharing my story, if I don't get it right now, I'll get it right tomorrow. Sharing my story should be able to help somebody to keep their head up no matter what they're going through, and that you don't really need family and friends to stand firm. I see how people think they need them, which is why some who aren't strong enough can fall apart without the help and support. But I've done it. I'm doing it. Still on the journey. Wish I could say it's crazy better, but it's better. Better is all I can give you right now. Anybody knows somebody who knows almost everything, though they've never been couple, I don't know, feet away from their front door, It's like they gossip so much, they know everybody's business, whether it's true or not. So I ended up staying with somebody like that.
You understand me, Samantha? That's on your business. You got to call your fucking father or your sister. Your sister don't want you over there. Your father say no, your sister don't want you there. So where the fuck you wanna go? Stay and drive me crazy over here? You don't want to work. You don't want to fucking work. You don't want a job. Tony, get a place for you. You don't want a job, so you didn't work with me. I will take you up. I can't get them money. Yeah, go put it down on the air, stuff down there and nothing. You know where I work. The girl said we're going to have a son before we know her. They leave her when she had 2 girls. Now one of the girls over here, living with Bridgeport or Bridgeport. So go bigger one and live at Bridgeport. So I'm going to take care of all of them and I'm being kiss them. Because me not live that woman that we are treating family. No hell no. I can't even tell you what. I'm telling you about I look for me. You see? I'm going to look for me. Fucking good. Yeah, I'm at you. You see what I'm saying? This is not fucking right.
Him and his sister on the phone, his sister is telling him he's lying, saying that he cooked some porridge and the lady that lived here with him, they both ate when it was hot. And then the next day went back and somebody used a spoon to take some out, like a scoop out. So he asked the lady if it was her and she said no. So that means it's me. That's the story. He's on the phone now telling his sister. So his sister is like, all she had to do was ask, Uncle, I want some of your porridge. I mean, this is how they spread rumors, you know, like... Some of them I feel like they're intentional at this point. It don't matter to me who is or isn't intentional about rumor, gossip, word spell. I don't even feel some type of way. Well, maybe a little bit. I don't know how to explain what that feeling is. Maybe annoyance, ignorance, I don't know. But I'm not as bothered as before because I see what's going on. That's the same sister was asking me to come and live with her because her brother is apparently tired of me being here. That's the same sister that I went to live with a few years ago. And she kicked me out in 2 weeks and expect me to come back again. They are doing too much. They're making it too obvious. I want to say too easy to, but whatever. He told his sister that I'm recording every conversation, so now she switched to leave her alone and pray that she leave the house because she's gonna have evidence that you're cussing her out. That's the least of their concern. If it was, I would have been in the station by now because I have recording of him making sexual advancement at me and everything else. That's not what this is about. This poor woman, the same woman who was talking about her distress and I lent her money that I never talked to anybody about. And it's been maybe 3 years now and she didn't return it and nobody knows. But she's on the phone talking about me having responsibility and neglecting it. And, He said Giovanni, which is one of the sister, told him not to let me in here and to let me go to the shelter. The way he's lying now, I don't even know if that's true or not. But it's not too hard to believe since she have somewhere and never offered me a place to stay. Like I keep saying, I don't care. At this point, I should stop working up evidence against these people. I have enough, don't I? Just said prison will never empty. I don't know what that means. I know Divine Anne is in the case, so let's just hope they don't make my hand get in the case. Because everybody's trying to take my humbleness for weakness. What are you talking about prison for? 7:23. I think homeboy brother is here. No, that's not him. Somebody come to look at something. It's like I'm just sitting anticipating that person coming to further the lecture. You know, the person being his brother, my father. I am trying to avoid using certain words, but yeah. It's like they gossip so much, they know everybody's business, whether it's true or not. So I ended up staying with somebody like that. after the eviction stuff. So from that person, I understand the reason why my sister was so adamant about her father living with her instead of me is because she was under the impression that I'm gonna hurt him. Like really, really hurt him. Don't even make no fucking sense. I don't even want to talk about that. But quick backstory on that, how it could even come up in any conversation, is like I said, me and my father, we don't argue about shit. We don't. And then after, okay, there's another sibling that I didn't really want to mention. But with the spiritual warfare stuff going on, I wouldn't really say it started with her, but it just intensified after I opened my space to her. She is a influencer. Bad influence if you ask me, but influencer nevertheless, with a very nasty lifestyle, and I thought she just needed, guidance, and I was open to being that for her if she would let me. And I opened my space to her, and she came to live with me January 1st, went on the internet live, told a lie, and that all took place January 6th, less than a week after coming to live with me. Whole life started to fall apart. A lot of things making sense now, but after that, that's when everything really started to shake up, like I say, and my father started arguing. Lost my job, wrongfully terminated. Don't really want to get into that right now. There's just so much to cover, but anyways, after everything stopped falling apart, me and my father finally started arguing after many decades. I wasn't responding. I let him vent, say whatever he wanted to say when he would argue about me not working after losing my job a few weeks after losing, or a few months, probably 2, I don't know, whatever. He was just going off in public, and I was just there listening. And then we took a little half an hour break, and then we went at it again, and I snapped. I was like, okay, so if you don't decide to stop and I decide to snap, and because you feel like you're the father and you have the right to behave a certain type of way, and I dare respond, and then you retaliate, and then I decide to retaliate because I'm not the one, and then you see a lot of red light and blue light coming out here, police, whatever. Is that what you want? Because you're arguing forever now, being disrespectful, and I'm not responding, and you're still going. But now you need to know that I've had enough. That's all that happened. And I remember calling my sister, and I told her about that argument. I don't know what else I said to her in any heat of any moment, but she should know me better. I can't imagine saying what she think I said that she told other people that I said. But nevertheless, I explained to her what happened, and it came back around that she took it as me threatening her father. So despite me not working and being able to pay the bills, she got somewhere bigger where she could take him away to safety. I was driving. She don't drive. She don't have a license. Whenever she would call on me, I'm always there. And the car, there's this so many stories, man, with the car now, leading me into another topic. I took a chance on myself, which I'm gonna get into briefly in a few seconds. I took a chance on myself, and I was short on funds, and I decided to sell the car. And after selling the car, I don't see my sister anymore. I'm not saying she was with me because of the car, but when I wouldn't see any of my family, I could pull up on them. But when I don't have a car anymore, I don't see anybody. Who was driving or who's not driving, I don't see anybody because I don't have a way to get to them. That's that. As for the car, the reason why I sold that car, I'm going to get into that part. So the job that I lost, it was a long time coming. I wasn't going to stay there. much longer anyways, but I was wrongfully terminated. And it was right around the time when I was taking a chance on myself, decided to upgrade my life and, set a strong foundation for my offsprings. And money was tight. And I sold it to buy a ticket. Like I said, I was at the job at Amazon. And it's not something I want to get into right now. Wasn't planning on staying there much longer. Didn't have a quit date in mind. So I guess I was supposed to leave, spiritually speaking. And I tend to hesitate, or maybe the timing was just divine and had nothing to do with if I was ready or not. I don't know. But anyways, while I was there, I was just thinking about, life. Couldn't stop thinking about life, like this isn't it. And my son is coming into a age where he's gonna have to be working for people like this, and it's just too much to anyways, so I decided to take a chance on myself for us, and I chose to seek out guidance or whatever it was I was seeking from 19 Keys. And I went to his high level tour. Is it high level tour? High level, whatever the name of the tour was. It was a good show, but I wasn't really there for the show. I was there to talk to him. Unfortunately, while I was making my preparation, a lot of things just kept falling apart where, money got even tighter. Couldn't afford a VIP. So I didn't get to see him then. And what else happened? I'm losing my thought, guys. It's like 1:57, 1:58 a.m. and I'm tired. It took me so long to even say this much. Like, I feel so much pushback up against me even telling my story. And I'm not really a storyteller, so like I said, if I don't get it right now, I'll get it right tomorrow. There was a lot of struggle, if you will, surrounding me trying to get to that show. Either my bank card wasn't working, or this or that or whatever, and I would ask an in-law to purchase a ticket for me, and they run around so much circle, and it just didn't work out that way. But I felt like the devil was working, and I was adamant about going to that show. I felt like something was trying to stop me, and I was not gonna let it. I don't know, maybe I wasn't supposed to, but after going, everything fall in place so beautifully. It made me feel like despite the pushback, I have no regret. So I don't even want to get into how I got the ticket. A one-way ticket. However I was gonna find my way back, I'd figure that out later. I got a one-way ticket and I made it to the show. Couldn't get the VIP ticket that I wanted, and it was at the event where I purchased my ticket. Like a worst seat possible. Anyways, after the show, I tried to see him. His staff was like sweet and sour. It's like they just sweet and sour. 1 minute it's like they want to help me get to him, and the next minute they can't. Like, it was just too much, and I was just trying to hold on. There was this guy there, KT, I believe his name is.
Take your shoes off, because the sun is a shower called a cathode ray, and the shower water is electrons. And the electrons shower on the anode, which is Earth, and that anode, which is Earth, starts pumping out all these negative ions, in which your feet and the bottom of your feet is called the what?
Soul.
A little louder. Ooh. One more time. Okay, so we got solar energy, and then we got electron. Soul to soul, same. It's right there in front of you. And there's also a part called arch, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
KT only probably spoke 2 sentences to me, if that much, and it made me feel like I didn't waste my time going to that show at all. And after I didn't get what I wanted that night, like I said, it was a one-way ticket. I sold my car. I was supposed to sell my car to get the money to buy my ticket to go back home. There was a delay in selling the car, and a friend, there's just too much to talk about right now, but that didn't work out. And the next day, while I was stranded, I saw on Instagram that Mr. Keys have a event somewhere else, not too far from the bus station where I was. And I took it as a sign, like, okay, Sammy, try again. And I did. And the funny thing about that, the next day it was, some people from the show remember me. Oh, you were the girl wearing that, and you were at the front of the stage, and like, I don't know if they were watching me or something, but some of the staff remember me, the ones that I didn't speak with. And Mr. Key finally showed up at the event, and like I said in one of my videos, he said that he just got off tour, and he's not really here for, he's just protecting his energy and whatever, and I respect that, and I pick my struggles up and take my ass back to the train station where I slept on the floor. Oh boy, life is just life, and I know I sound look a little, I don't know, down about it or whatever. I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out how to communicate this with others and try to help somebody understand that when you choose to take a chance on yourself, you might become a target. Like, it's just too much. But nevertheless, it made me realize how resilient I am. And it's admirable to me. Like, goddamn. I have so much backbone I didn't even know. Like, whatever. I'm going to share the videos. And like, I think I mentioned before that if you guys feel like skipping here and skipping there, feel free, because it made me cringe. I don't know if it's because it's me and I don't really know how to put these things together. I just got done yapping. Why I call it yapping, whatever. So I'm tired. It's 2:21 a.m. Of course, I probably should have chosen a better time to make this video, but it's almost like the time is never right. I'm always drained as soon as I turn the camera on. But I'm putting this part in the beginning to give anybody full permission to skip through any part you want to skip through, because it made me cringe a little. I don't know if it's because it's me. I'm just trying to communicate here. So with enough trying, I guess I'll get better at it eventually. Wondering if there's anything I want to say that I didn't say yet. I don't know. I wonder if I'll post it next week, next month. Enough with the hesitation. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm starting to feel hungry and it's too late to eat. Oh, I put some videos of my sister. I don't know if I'm invading her privacy because she don't like cameras, so it might look a little tacky because I'll be covering her face as much as I can. Like, it's just some cute memory for myself, I guess. As if I'm never gonna see her again. It's like when we were working together, I'd see her all the time because, well, every time that I would see her is because I would go see her. And outside of the job, when I was driving, I'd go see her at home too. But now that we don't work at the same place and I'm not driving, everybody gone MIA. It's whatever. I don't know if I'm leaving anything up, but I don't think this is my last video. It's like, speaking of last video, there's so many botheration, if you will, and I have what they would call a receipt to prove that I'm not telling lies about anything. But my aim is to be more of a glue for love and peace, and not separation and destruction. But it's as if sometimes the cookie have to crumble. The cookie have to crumble. I'm not trying to be the one to set shit off, but